What's going on, everybody? It's Nice Pants Lance. Today I am at City Limit Moto in Buffalo, New York at the Triumph of Buffalo, and today it is their classic Triumph demo day. So we've got a Scrambler and Speed 400, Bonneville T120, there's a bobber over there, and I believe there is a rider out on a Speedmaster 1200. So we've got some singles, we've got some 1200 twins, and I'm gonna ride this beautiful T120 black. Always been a big fan of the blacked out bikes, so this one speaks to me. Some of you may know I used to have a Triumph Speed Twin 1200, so it's got the same exact engine, but Triumph does a cool thing where they configure the 1200cc parallel twin differently depending on the motorcycle. So my Speed Twin 1200, a little bit more rev happy, a little bit smaller in stature, more associated with a Thruxton. This one, on the other hand, is a little bit bigger, a little bit longer. The seat just looks and feels more substantial. It's got these beautiful twin analog clocks with little digital screens in there, kind of like my Speed Twin 1200. LED lights all around, dual disc Brembo brakes. This thing is actually loaded up for being a nice, neat, compact, old school looking bike. The one thing I like about this Bonneville versus my Speed Twin is that the throttle bodies on the Bonneville are kind of designed to look almost like carburetors. So this thing just looks the part. It's supposed to be a modern classic, and I think this is the definition of a modern classic. Looks like an old school bike, but it's got modern flair all over it, with the brakes and the, what is this, like a little USB charging slot. Oh yeah, thing's even got cruise control on it. Cruise control, different modes, electronic throttle. So yeah, it's got a ton of features. A ton of features for being a classically styled bike. So the engine tune, we have the 1200cc parallel twin, liquid cooled. Radiator is kind of hidden in the front here, but this one is tuned to be a little bit more torquey compared to my Speed Twin. I think it makes around 80 horsepower, 78 horsepower, and about the same amount of torque. So let me just throw a leg over this thing. I am 6 feet tall. I got a 32-inch inseam. Weigh about 250 pounds or so, and yeah, this is a pretty tall bike. It's not so tall that I'm on my tippy toes. I can still flat foot it, but it definitely, the seat kind of meets you halfway, if you know what I mean. Boy, I actually feel very comfortable on this motorcycle. Very, very comfortable. The clutch is extremely light. Yeah, this definitely reminds me of my Triumph Speed Twin, but way more comfortable. The seat has just way more padding in it. Way more padding. It definitely feels more plush. So let's get this thing fired up. Oh yeah. All right, pull on the clutch. Okay, interesting. Let me just get that kickstand out. We'll do a little exhaust clip for you. It's got these, I think they call them pea shooters, but yeah, it's got these dual, or are these the cocktail shakers? Not the pea shooters, the cocktail shakers. That's what they are. Cocktail shaker pipes. Very muscular sounding bike. Very muscular sounding bike. One thing I like about this is they sort of designed this bike to be like a cruiser. Like, it's supposed to be able to do everything a cruiser does, but it's not a cruiser. It's very much so a standard bike, not quite a naked sport bike. It's definitely a little bit taller, everything's a little bit more spaced out. The bars come up a little bit higher. The seating position kind of has my legs. The ergonomics have my legs at a very comfortable angle. These are mid controls. Nice thunk into first. See, we got a little gear indicator, and oh yeah, it's all coming back to me now. All coming back to me. We're in road mode. Oh yeah, look at this. Feels so light. Handling is so light. Alright. Beautiful. Boy, it's got a lot of grunt already. You know what, the nice thing about this bike is it's very intuitive. It doesn't have you leaned over too far. It doesn't have you leaned over that far. It just feels like very neutral. Everything is pretty neutral on it. Your legs are bent, but not bent too hard. You don't feel cramped on it. You don't feel cramped on it at all. The power is amazing. I'm going like 40 miles an hour in fourth gear. I'm at 2,000 RPM. And if you crank this thing back, it pushes you. Goodness. It's not a violent amount of torque. Oh wait, I gotta keep going, don't I? Yep. It's not a violent amount of torque, but it's just got shove everywhere. Might not have the top end power of my Speed Twin, but it's definitely got this feeling as if it has power at any RPM, which is really nice. It's supposed to be a cruiser. It's supposed to be easy to get along with. Clutch is light. The shifter, the actual shift lever itself feels very light. Oh yeah. Let's see, we're gonna put it into, it's got rain, road, and rain and road. So we're gonna leave it in road mode because just wanted to see if there was a sport mode, but no sport mode for us. Easy to find neutral. The suspension feels pretty plush. It's not as stiff as my Speed Twin. Yeah, the turning feels almost telepathic. That's the one thing I like about these nice parallel twins, is that you just start thinking about turning and it just falls right over into the turns. Oh, these brakes are very strong too. A nice progressive strength on these. Oh no, this is a dead end. All right, we're gonna do a little 0 to 60 real quick, all right? Ooh, baby. Yeah, this thing muscles. I couldn't get a really good 0 to 60 there. Second gear, just blast away. Feels so intuitive. The bike really feels like it's a part of you. You know, a lot of people like to feel like they're within the bike. This bike gives you the feeling that you are on top of the bike. And a lot of people don't like that, but I'm actually a big fan of that. And the reason is because it just wants to dive into turns. Like, it's just so playful. It just wants to dive into turns. So freaking playful. And it handles so well So light, so flickable. It doesn't feel unsteady though. It feels very planted. Very, very planted. I'm gonna turn around on this cul-de-sac. Yeah, this thing turns on a dime. And it sounds very good, very muscular. It's got this nice growl to it. Kind of growl that would sound even better with some pipes. But you don't have to have the RPMs in any particular position. I actually can't tell you what rev band this bike has. I can't tell you what RPMs this bike likes because it kind of likes all of them. See, I'm just sort of muscling around in third gear right there. The rear brake is pretty strong too. There we go, there we go, come on. Oh yeah, that is beastly. Yeah, this is a beastly bike, but it's very comfortable. It definitely feels like, if you close your eyes, it just feels like you're on a mountain bike. Legitimately, it feels like you're on a mountain bike from Walmart or something. Very nice, very, very nice. All right, we're gonna do a 0 to 60 right here. Whoa. Yeah. Yeah, she goes. Yeah, she goes. That was pretty quick. Yeah, that felt pretty quick. Honestly, think that I should have had the traction control off to do that. Just because it's so torquey, it will get that back tire spinning. Yeah, this thing is so torquey, but it feels so intuitive. Like the pegs kind of, they're such a mid-reach peg that it feels like you could just stand up on this bike, which you can. Yeah, this is nice. All right, another 0 to 60. Let me try this one a little bit better. Nice. Beautiful. Yeah, the top of second will take this way past 60 mile an hour, which is, that's impressive. I mean, what else do you have in the modern classic category here, right? You've got like Royal Enfield. You've got, yeah, a couple BMWs, and, you know what I mean? The modern classic range isn't that big. I mean, Moto Guzzi fills a lot of the modern classic range or genre, but Triumph does an amazing job with giving these old looking and old style bikes, giving them modern performance. Like, this bike hauls ass. It is a 1200cc parallel twin that is supposed to make power kind of like a Harley Sportster 1200, not the Rev Max, but the old air-cooled Harley Sportster. You know, I'm at 2100 RPM, 45 in fourth, and I'm just screeching past people, just torquing around. There's no reason to downshift to pass anybody. Oh yeah. You know what, it's doing okay with the bumps. It's not eating up the bumps so well that I feel like I'm gliding over them, but it doesn't send any nasty jarring vibrations up into my back or anything. This is a fairly comfortable bike. This is a nice touring, or not touring, but like light touring maybe. I know you can get top boxes and all sorts of stuff for it, but yeah, but this this isn't really going to be the best for long distance touring, but boy, for a commuter, for a daily rider with a couple of saddlebags on it, man, you will conquer the city streets, and this would do fantastic in the country. It's got six gears to 6-speed, so wow, yeah, the torque at like 3,000 RPM is immense. Just right in the middle, you know? All right, I'm in 6th gear, 55 mile an hour, and I'm at the bottom of the revs. You could probably get fantastic fuel mileage out of this. Fantastic. You know what? Being on a small bike in traffic kind of makes me nervous just inherently, but this bike, despite its very lightweight, it's got a ton of road presence because it's high up off the ground. So even though it feels small between your legs, you still feel like you have a ton of road presence, and that's a good feeling. That is a good feeling. You know what's not a good feeling is I think I'm lost. I think I'm actually lost. I'm not quite sure where the hell I am. So I actually might have to pull over. I might have to pull over somewhere and look at directions on how to get back, because I don't know where the heck I am now. Alright. Kickstand flips out really nice. So, because I'm lost, I'm just going to find my way back. But I'll give you one more look around the bike. Tell me what you think about it. I really like this machine. And if there's someone out there that wants to do cruiser-like things, just kind of blast around and enjoy the scenery, but you don't want a cruiser, you want something that actually handles nice and performs well and is actually fast, this is like your do-it-all bike. This is going to be the most well-rounded machine you could get into. So I think they're around like $12,000. I'll put the price up on the screen. Would I buy this bike? Actually, yeah, if I could go back in time to when I was looking at the Speed Twin 1200, I would have actually bought this over my Speed Twin 1200, knowing that it's just a little bit more comfortable. I think I would have kept it. I wouldn't have sold it, you know? So yeah, I would have bought this years ago. I would have. So, but if you like this machine, if you ride one, or if you're looking into buying one, please like, comment, and subscribe on this video. Catch you on the next one. Peace.